Welcome to another episode of Opinionated Off-Topic. Today we got a very special guest, one of the premier DJs in the Austin area, DJ Hella Yella. How you doing?
Good. Had to turn my phone off, make sure we ain't get no interruptions.
No, all good, all good, all
How y'all
good.
feeling?
I'm
Good.
good. How about yourself?
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
staying busy.
Happy to be here.
Glad you're here. Thank you for
Appreciate
taking
you,
time
yeah,
of your day.
just networking too. Like, because I seen you'd follow me on Twitter, and then we had been DMing for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep up.
Yeah, it's dope to like be networking, making moves with people that are local. So that's like the main thing.
Got to.
Yeah.
For all the Californians getting here.
They're already here. They're already here.
More, yes.
That's why it's so expensive here. But let us know a little bit about yourself, where you kind of grew up. I know you're
Man,
San Antonio boy and moved to
Yeah.
Killeen a little bit.
it's always like a complicated story when people ask me where I'm from, because I was born in San Antonio, but I went to high school in Killeen, and I came here for college, and I just never left. So I've been like up and down this part of I-35 all my life. Started DJing at HT, Houston Tillotson University here, and that really just snowballed from being a random guy on campus to,
Everybody knowing you.
yeah, just a snowball effect. Do a few Greek parties here, and then I end up on 6th Street, and all of a sudden, before I know it, I'm a full-time DJ when I graduate.
That's nice. So when did you move to Killeen? How old were you?
I was grade school.
Oh, so you were young.
Yeah,
Wee boy.
yeah.
What my mom's from San Antonio.
I would have went to Roosevelt if I was.
Roosevelt, oh yeah. She
Northeast.
went to John Jay.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you went to Ellison,
Yep.
play any sports there?
Basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Did you get any offers anywhere or anything?
Nah, I
Nah.
played behind two guys that are still playing pro today.
Oh,
Okay.
Like-
that's
Yeah,
Yeah, they still
Yeah.
playing.
that's not fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
no
gotcha.
time. Like, hey,
Right.
blood,
Yeah.
get in.
Man, everybody knew they were
Yeah.
the chosen ones.
Yeah, sometimes be like that.
absolutely.
That's how it was. I know one guy who went to Ellison. He played baseball. It was back in the day though. He's on the radio now. It's
Oh, word.
I can't remember his name. Mike Harge.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Hardball Hard. That's
Yep,
my homie.
yep,
We
yep.
from the same neighborhood.
Yep, he played baseball at Ellison, and
Yep,
he coached my brother for a while, so that's how I know him.
Oh, small world.
Yeah, small world. So going into the DJ thing, how'd you even start doing that? Did you just like pick up on the side, and then you're
I
like,
always wanted to when I was in school, but my dad wanted me to focus on like sports in school and stuff, and he wanted me listening to like secular music,
Yeah.
hip hop, that whole parent thing. So I never had a chance to do it, but finally when I got to school, I had a little off-campus job working at a record store, saved up some money, and could buy some turntables. And at that point, it was just a hobby in my room. Sometimes I would open the window because everybody was like, my room was right in the front of the dorms, so I could put a speaker in the window and just be in there playing around. Somebody didn't show up for a party one day, and it was like, hey, go get him, you be in his room DJing, and that's how it started.
dude, so you just always like music?
I always like picking music for people, and like even like when we had like mix CDs that you would have with the magic marker.
Mhm,
On when they had like the hardest, I put this song after this song, and then
What
I
you
was
use back in the
always,
day,
like,
LimeWire?
curating music facts.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Curating music.
Yeah.
I'd always go to a jukebox and just want to change the mood in the room.
Yeah, that's dope. So what was that like experience like from like you just kind of magically happened out of nowhere, like you, hey, go get this guy to like,
It was
Bam, here
like
we are.
before I know it, but before I know it, I'm really out here doing it because for me, I'm literally with my peers. Like I live with y'all, I go to class with y'all. We all live. HT is a very small school.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like doing it for your family, and
Mhm.
then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm really doing this.
Like, yeah, that's crazy. Like going to HT's a HBCU, right?
Yep.
How was going to HBCU in Austin?
You know, it's not that many black people in Austin, so
Yeah.
it's good to have a sense of community within HT, even though it is small.
Mhm.
You have some community.
They still have Greek schools there?
Mhm.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Um,
sports, all that. It's so small, we get overlooked a lot, but I understand. But we really out here,
Yeah, I mean, I played
minus
on
the football team,
yeah, that- minus that.
Would you study there?
kinesiology.
Okay.
Did you want to like be a coach or
I
something?
wanted to be a trainer. Well, at first I wanted to coach.
Uh-huh.
Now, you know, in Texas you have to teach to coach. I did.
Yeah,
I did one semester of the teaching program and was like, F
I'm
that.
out of there. I'm out of there.
So I wanted to be a trainer. I could have been one of like the first Instagram trainers probably if I would have stayed with it.
When you graduated high school, college, was 6th Street like your thing for a while, or did you like grow outside of that as well? Because I know you're on.
It was Greek parties to start off, and as I was doing these Greek parties, the clubs just kind of like knew I would if you get me to DJ, the college kids will come. So that's how that turned into me getting gigs outside of that.
And from there, did it go bigger? Because I know you've been a guest on 106 and Park as well.
From graduation, I pretty much graduated, went straight on tour with Traded Truth. It was a BS tour. We didn't even finish. It was a janky promoter. It went all bad. But that, just coming out of college and going like straight on tour was,
How was that?
Especially with Traded.
Yeah, how was that?
Like I said,
Besides it, like obviously the promotion not being good, but just being around those type of people.
Like the real grind, because we out here, we on an RV, not a tour bus, but an RV that's wrapped like a tour bus. Mm-hmm. So we thugging it, like maybe getting one hotel room, right? Y'all sleep on the bus this night, y'all sleep in the room this night.
Yeah,
we really out here thugging it. So it gave me the experience, like a taste of the life without the glitz and glamour.
Well, was there any other like big name rappers that were on there as well, or is it?
No, Trey was just the headline. There was some guys that were on the come up, and then shortly after that, I linked up with Dero and ended up on tour with him, and that was like more of a real tour. We got platinum songs and stuff. So
that's dope.
That's dope.
So you didn't
get to pay my dues.
You didn't get to like meet Zero or any other Houston legends or anything on that tour, I guess.
They, they have a weird relationship, so I don't know if they was cool at the time or not. I don't remember Zero ever being around. Yeah, I don't know if him and Trey kind of stuck to himself. He had his own tour bus. One thing about them, they went every city we went to, they would go to the gun range. So I felt safe. I felt safe on tour with them.
Keep it on.
I gotta show you this. I gotta show you this video I sent him yesterday. It was hilarious, off camera, but it has to do with like guns. But it was hilarious. So from I guess from tour to 106 and Park, I'm sure you're around a lot of rappers. Did that bring like other gigs you got to do, or they?
Oh yeah, once I got to 106 and Park, that was everybody watched that after school every day. So that was like a big thing, and it was cool for me because I could go. We wouldn't only days that were live were Monday and Wednesday, so I can go Monday through Wednesday and film a whole week of shows and be back here. Like, yeah, catch me at the club tonight. Like I'm coming straight from New York, but it was in the can already.
Who were the hosts when you did that?
Bow Wow and Tyra was there guest hosting. Keisha Shantae. Yeah. It wasn't Angela was there. It was always Bow Wow, but they were changing the female.
Was that towards like the tail end of 106 and Park? Like before they canceled? When did they cancel? Like
I think they had like 2 more hosts after that. And then I think it was like the last of the good era.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like? Like just
it's one thing you don't realize about 106, like when watching on TV, it's very small. So it's only about 30 people in there. So when you shoot, okay, maybe I get my shot. The couch is over here. I get my shot. And if you were in the crowd in the front on this side, now when we move the crowd around and do the performance, you go to the back. So it makes it look like there's a lot of people in there. But it's really just like 30 kids in there.
Well, when you got the call, do you have a manager or they call you?
No, they call me. I had a relationship with BET through South by Southwest because they were doing the Music Matters showcase here. And I would always DJ that showcase. And that's how I got in with the whatever department got to 106 and Park.
That's dope. And then you still obviously DJ here?
Oh, yeah.
How's that been?
It's since the pandemic, everything has been a process. Like, it's not as packed as it used to be. You have to kind of temper your expectations now.
So when you started here, it was great.
It was more clubs for sure. Because, downtown now, everything's turned into a restaurant. It's not even no parking lots no more. It was definitely more venues back then.
Yeah. Did you have like a set spot that you DJ'd at?
Spiro's was my spot. That was like where I got paid all my dues at.
Yeah.
Because that was a college spot. That was like where Drake came to Spiro's one night. Like, that was the spot.
Where's that at?
It's Barbarella now.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's a huge club.
Yeah, my homie just told me about that because they have like 80s night on Friday nights or whatever.
They be jumping. I drive by there still. It's always a line.
Yeah, because I think it's always on that What, When, Where Awesome Instagram page. So I think that's why it's always popping because they've had multiple things there.
Right.
And my friend said every Friday night they have 80s night, and obviously a lot of people go there because they like 80s music and whatnot.
Yeah, is that just like DJing on Dirty? So you I guess got your start on Dirty. Have you ever moved around like on downtown? Like, where's your favorite?
Well, I'm on West now at Rio.
Okay.
It's kind of you got your
with
different
the pool and stuff.
Yeah, you got your different sides. You got your Dirty. You know what kind of crowd goes there.
Yeah.
You know what kind of crowd goes to Rainy. You know what crowd goes to the West. So you might be feeling a certain mood a certain night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I want to kind of dress up a little bit, so I might go to West, but I just want to get some cheap shots, so I might go to Dirty. Or I might want to go just kick it at Rainy and swing on a swing or something. Like, you got different vibes depending on how you're feeling that night.
Do you always have to keep up with like the new music? Like, is that like that's, pressure for a DJ?
That's part of the job.
Yeah.
And so many songs come out. I tell people, so many songs come out every day, and we're responsible for keeping up with that. And we have lives too. At this point, we all get the same music at the same time. It's not like back in the day when only the DJs had the music.
Yeah.
Music comes out Thursday night. I might have a gig. So by the time I listen to it, you might have heard it 40 times already, and you already have your favorite song that came out yesterday, and I got to catch up.
Yeah. So I guess what is it like? What separates you from like other DJs? Do you just play more of the popular music, or do you just the way you play your music?
I think I'm good at identifying who's in front of me and tailoring myself to different types of crowds and different demographics. I can cross over,
so you can read the room.
That's one of the main things, like having a feel for what's going on. So you're you're playing like the music for the environment. Like there's some people that just always play trap stuff. You can't always play trap music because that's not the occasion.
So I feel like it is at Kung Fu. When I like the
Kung Fu is just like it's just like all hip hop. But that's like the vibe of that bar. You know, when you go to Kung Fu, like that's what you're gonna hear.
Yeah, like the same thing as Rose Room. Rose Room,
you're gonna hear like EDM music because that's like the vibe of that bar or club.
I can't go there.
Yeah,
that's too much for me. That's too much for me. What do you normally play? Rap music?
Yeah, hip hop.
Hip hop,
R&B all day. That's what I love to play. I play other stuff, but if it was my choice, I would play that forever.
Yeah. So say like it's an older crowd beginning of the day. Say you start. What time do you usually start sets?
It's hot right now. Anybody outside? You might start a good day party like around 4 in Texas.
4.
2.
So like if it was 4 o'clock and it was an older crowd, and then say around like 9 o'clock a younger crowd came, you're good at like merging the music.
Oh yeah, you gotta keep the people there. That's one thing about Rio. Like on Fridays, we get a very diverse crowd early, and then like everybody that comes for the bottle popping comes late. So we kind of flip crowds around 12 o'clock.
Yeah, because what y'all usually get like out.
Yeah, when I go out, I normally get down there around 11:30 at the latest. I don't be trying to.
You're gonna go a few places.
Yeah, too late, and then you go to wherever you want to end your night at.
Yeah, I mean most people have like a typical.
Yeah,
because the music does it does get normally at most clubs if the DJ is good, the music around like 12:31, it's like that's when they start playing like hit bangers like that. It gets jumping power hour. So
yeah, because I went to Santa Marcos to the Square one time. Their music was trash. But that's especially for a college town though. Like you would figure they would play like better music.
But they're
or like
on an aux though.
That's the other thing is they're on an aux.
It's just a bartender like has a playlist.
Some clubs don't want the music to be great because if you're dancing, you're not drinking, and if you're not drinking, you're not making no money.
That's a good.
It's a good point. But I feel like the music is what like brings the people to the place though as well.
They might feel like their bartenders bring people in. Like they might want to go get a drink for this pretty girl, or they might have some kind of special drink or shot or some
or just drink specials. Yeah. Or
that's true. I mean, I never really thought about it like
that. And now you save some money on a DJ. Some people might just look at it in black and white, just numbers. They don't understand like the vibe you're creating.
Yeah,
yeah. That happened to you before? Like they like don't want you because
I've had like club owners tell me like everybody's on the dance floor. We kind of they need to drink too.
So they'll tell you to play something like slower?
Well, I'm to the point now where they could tell me that and I could know what to do. But they might just tell you like a different DJ, like, all right, now play Tejano music at this hip hop club for 20 minutes to get people to go to the bar or something. It's been extremes. Like
how many times have you played like the same song like at least 2 to 3 times?
What, within a night?
Yeah. Because I feel like when because I rarely go out, but the few times I've been out, I
was thinking about this the other day. It's been songs that have just been so hot enough that you could play them back to back. Like when Designer was out and Panda, you could run that back to back a few times. Like N-Words in Paris, they were like super, super hot songs. It was times where you could do them back to back, but I try not to repeat too many songs. But when you're on certain clubs, you might have a whole nother crowd in an hour and they haven't heard it yet. So
that's
true.
Want
to hear it again.
Yeah, that's true.
And I feel like if you just mix it a certain way, like with another song, somebody might not even catch that you played it again.
I'm not one of those DJs like I don't play songs twice. Like when you're in your car, you have a favorite song, you might listen to it on repeat 15 times in a row.
No, for real.
If they like the song, play it again. Who cares?
I did that today at work.
Right. If you like the song,
I
play
did
it
that
again.
today at work. There's a song called Rodman by Mike.
Yeah.
And I just put that on like it's on repeat.
See,
some
people want to hear stuff over again.
And typically when new Drake comes out, people just
of course,
got to. Have you ever ran into the difficulty of like because I guess there's like certain clubs where I feel like they don't want you to play like too much like hip hop music for the crowd. Like they don't want like a lot of black people to come in there or whatever the case may be. Have you ran into that quite a bit or not really?
I haven't, not lately because I've tried to stay away from that.
Okay.
But that does go on a lot. Yeah. In some clubs, I feel like I know all the DJs, so I follow them. I look at their stories. See, I feel like when their crowd is more black, they play more EDM. But if it's like more of a white crowd, they end up playing more hip hop.
Really?
And I have some DJs tell me like the owners want, like, they don't want that crowd. So if it gets too many black people in here, or they say like it gets too dark in here, play something else.
Wow.
Even though everybody likes hip hop. So
yeah, literally,
it's been everybody
genre
for years.
Everybody likes hip hop.
Yeah. How does that make you feel though?
I wouldn't DJ there if that was the case. But I know some DJs that get paid a lot and they end up like soul searching, kind of like, damn, this is like pretty much racist, but they pay me good and it's part of the game is the game.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like that's tough. Like, because at the end of the day, like morally, you want to do the right thing, but it's like,
but you have the right to refuse whoever you want.
Yeah, and I mean, people want to make their money and make their living, and money talks.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's tough. Because I mean, I'm with you. I wouldn't do it. But if it was like during that time, like if you're a DJ and they came up to and told you that, what would you do?
Ooh, that's tough because I couldn't see that happening these days. I don't know. I really don't know. I probably wouldn't even do it because like, what you gonna do is tell me to stop DJing? Like, you want me to leave?
Yeah, and then everybody else would leave.
Right?
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
What? How are we doing?
You can plug an aux in or something. I don't know.
Okay, bet. All right. Let's see.
Do you work with like a lot of local artists here or no?
I try to keep up. I don't really have the time to like go out to shows. I'm always DJing, but I try to keep in touch with who got music for at least for the club.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
Yeah.
Well, radio too now.
Yeah. You're on. You used to change like 3 times.
Yeah.
The 102.3 the beat.
The beat, right?
Yeah, 102.3 and 88.7 right now.
Is it 88.7 right now?
Yeah, and 102.3.
What was it long? It was 93.3, and then it changed to 102.3 and
or whatever.
Yeah,
back in the day.
Yeah, that was with DJ 2DQ, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was like 93.3. I don't know. I remember.
Yeah. No, that's because that's all we listened to.
Yeah, I was a little kid. That was like
growing up. For real.
4 years old, 5 years old. I don't know how I remember it. But you're on 102.3 the beat for a bit.
102.3 the beat. I was on there 7 days a week. What year was that? Oh my God, like 19, I think.
So it was recent?
Recently.
Yeah. Then I recently went back. I'm Saturday nights now, but I'm on 5 days a week on 88.7. Actually, I'm on right now. I pre-recorded and left early to come here with y'all.
Appreciate that. That's dope for real.
That's dope. So what is the? I've always wondered what the radio life was like. Like, because obviously, I mean, when I listen to the radio, just like try to vision like what's going on in there. But obviously, you can't vision. But like, how is it? Is it like what you see on the Breakfast Club? Like, what is it like?
Days are like the Breakfast Club. If you have most shows aren't that big with like 3 people. That's a rarity. Most morning shows have more than one, but it's like you're talking to yourself all day. If you're in there alone, you're pretty much just talking to an imaginary friend. And radio is not the music business, it's the sales business. So it's not about the music, it's about the commercials. And the reason why you hear songs like over and over again is because that's their favorite song. And they explain to me like this. You don't want to go in Taco Bell and get a Big Mac one day. So you want to know when you turn the radio on what you're going to get.
Just all
Drake
like
or whatever,
whatever's mainstream, whatever's hot.
So how does that work for you? Because I feel like the radio scene is slowly dying. Like I couldn't say the last time I listened to the radio unless it was like the horn to listen to sports, but like straight music for like 98.1 or 107 or
you got to realize like the different type of people.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody doesn't have a Spotify or Apple Music subscription. Some people aren't into music. That's when they hear something on their way to work, or that maybe that's how they keep up with. They don't really care about music. That's how they keep up. I listen to the radio.
So like the Bobby Bones show, and that's when they'll like hear a song, I guess.
Yeah, and radio is not radio anymore. We stream.
Yeah,
we're on every app. We're on your smart speaker, so it's not like you have to physically turn on your radio or be in your car anymore.
Yeah, because I've always wondered that. I was like, I wonder what like is gonna happen with like DJs or like radio people, because like I said, I couldn't say the last time I listened to the radio. Because I also don't listen to radio music either.
Mm-hmm.
So like all my stuff, like they're not gonna play. I don't know.
We're not even targeting you, so
yeah. But I guess like our generation, I feel like doesn't, and I feel like that's like the generation that's kind of leading everything, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Just I don't know. We just changed the way for like what social media and then music and all that stuff, because it wasn't until really us, I would say, that hip hop was like the #1 genre for X amount of years. And then people do want to hear like the new Drake or like the new 21 or whoever it is, and depending on the song, it's probably not going to be on the radio. Because I mean, like I said, I don't listen to radio. How much is Knife Talk on the radio?
Knife Talk was on the radio a lot.
A lot.
Yeah. I feel like if it has certain names, it's going to be on there. But there's going to be obviously better songs on albums that aren't radio though. Like there's like
that's not really the case anymore, because y'all pick the songs now. All you gotta do is open Apple Music and see what song they listen to the most on this album.
That's true.
Okay,
the Star.
That's
the Star. Yeah,
and that's
Star.
what y'all
that's
playing.
The single.
Okay. So I was listening to, I think, one of your most recent podcasts, like 5 months ago or something like that. I think you mentioned on there about doing your own type of radio show or like some kind of show. I guess since you've been on the radio for so long, you like kind of know what people want and like to hear. And then, like for example, us doing this podcast and the way you can create content now, like on your own. Because I know Spotify now, you can like incorporate music into like a podcast or radio. Would you ever consider doing your own thing, or are you doing something like that?
Oh yeah, pretty much. Like I say, radio is just digital now. It's just a backdrop for what we're doing. Like the Breakfast Club is a podcast.
Yeah,
the same thing we do on air, we're gonna upload it.
Gotcha. So you can like go re-listen.
So like radio is just, I don't even usually use the term radio, or I always say like broadcast or streaming, because that's what we are.
Yeah. When did that change? Like when did you personally like stop using? I'm not even on the radio anymore. Just broadcast and stream.
That's something I used when I went to this new station, because they were kind of behind on their streaming, so I tried to put that in there.
That's dope.
We still get a lot of terrestrial radio listeners. As long as the radio is in your car and it's free, it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah,
that's true. That is also true. Y'all get like I don't know if you see it does, but does the radio get like analytics of like who's listening and whatnot?
Every day I get a report of like who's listening, how long they listen, where they listen from. We get listeners like across the world. We have a lot of listeners in London that listen to our.
So are y'all satellite too, or is that just like
just online?
Just online. Wow, that's crazy.
We get a lot of Canada listeners. Got pockets across the country where we do like New York, Milwaukee. We can see like when we're in there, we have a map that like lights up as soon as somebody like we get their IP address, so we know exactly where they're listening from.
So that I'm pretty sure, does that like help determine what you're gonna play? Also, like if you get someone from New York, you might be playing more like Pop Smoke, Fabio Foreign. Like, are you do that or not really?
Like I say, like you don't want to turn on the radio one day and get something that completely different than what you came for.
Gotcha.
So y'all don't like run off of a set? You'll just kind of play whatever, or do y'all have a set?
Well, you have like, it always goes back to the thing of like getting a Big Mac from Taco Bell. Like we have our menu, and it changes from week to week, from day to day. Like a new song might come out today, we like it, we'll add it. But for the main part, you have your menu, and it doesn't change. You might have a McRib on the menu this month, but it goes away sometimes. It's like this song might run its course.
Have you ever thought about going outside of Austin? Like you say, New York or Miami or Vegas or somewhere else, like I guess bigger than Austin. Obviously, Austin's the fastest growing, but to like live and DJ there?
No, I've never really thought about DJing anywhere else, because it'd pretty much be me. I travel a lot as well, so I get a taste to go here and there, but it's so hard starting over the DJ in a different market. Even though I have like a name and a resume that can go, it don't matter in that other city.
How do club owners like pick who they want to DJ? Do you know?
That's up to them. Some club owners only go to their club, so I don't know how to even find DJs.
Do you just like, crazy. Well, I guess when you say, hey, I'm a DJ, do you like give them like a resume or something? They look at it, see like, oh, this guy's legit or this guy's not?
I haven't been in that
situation.
Yeah, for a while, but I don't even know how the club owners pick. Maybe they heard them over here. Maybe they know I bring a lot of people to this club on this night, so they want to bring me on this night.
Because I only know one other DJ, and I think that's how it was. The owner heard him somewhere else. I think it was that Brass Tap, and then he got him to go to Little Woodrow's or something like that.
Yeah, that's one way it could happen.
Yeah, I've never knew like if it was like a set resume thing or.
Some places do have like set resume things. It just depends on the venue.
And I also feel like there's just set DJs that, like once a club, I feel like once they find like that DJ, I feel like they just like lock it in. And that DJ is always there, like no matter what, for at least a while. Because
they try to.
It's like hard to like become a DJ because like most spots already have like who they have every week or weekend or whatever.
Okay. How'd you come up with your name?
Somebody from the Bay gave me my name. Like I've always been yellow because of my skin tone, and that's how people. When I went to school, I went with 3 people from my city, from Killeen. So in college they call you by your city. So I would be Yella Killeen, and a girl from the Bay was like, "Nah, he's Hella Yella," because they say hella a lot in the Bay.
Yeah,
and it just stuck from there.
Yeah, and you just liked it. You heard it once and just liked it.
I mean, I thought it was unique enough that it could be a DJ name or something you hear and you'll probably remember.
Yeah.
And there we are.
Because like in high school and like all that stuff, like I've heard would hear about you all the time. So it's like definitely like.
Do you remember the girl who it was?
Oh yeah, we still cool. I seen her at her concert not too long ago.
That's dope. At least you still keep in touch. Yeah. How many people like? Do you ever like express that bigger? Like, oh, this is how I got my name.
Oh yeah. I tell people all the time. People ask all the time, and I tell the same story.
That's dope. So what was the story on you not getting the DJ Khaled Award or the
DJ Khaled Award?
Yeah. You said something about like a plaque, like DJ Khaled was like giving away plaques or something.
Oh yeah, that was the time when I was at the Beat, and I know like the DJ community is pretty close. Like we all do the same thing in different places, so we're pretty cool. And like I see this DJ Khaled plaque for what album was that? The one with Wild Thoughts on it. What else was on that album?
It was like
I think the one with Justin Bieber. I'm the One.
J. Cole songs on there, I think.
Like, was it called Khaled? Was that or
Yassad
or his?
It was the one where I think it was Suffering from Success, maybe, when he was like he had his head down on the cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
Whichever one had Wild Thoughts on it. Because Wild Thoughts was a huge song.
It was. You still hear that now.
Especially on radio.
Yeah, you still hear that now.
So usually how it works is the DJs that either like got the song started on radio or played it a lot on radio, they get rewarded with plaques.
It was on Grateful.
What else is on the album?
Let me see.
We probably played like 3 or 4 songs off of the album.
Yeah, that's one with the sun on the pool. So there's.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Not the track list. Wild Thoughts. I'm the One.
Yeah, with Bieber.
On Everything. Travis Scott, Big Sean. Then there's a 2 sides. I Can't Even Lie, Nicki Minaj, Future.
I remember we played a lot of Khaled on the radio,
yeah.
And I felt like I deserved to get a plaque because I'm the one playing it. And this one day I was in the office and I saw the plaque. It was just one from my boss, and I guess he just told him I didn't need one, or we only need one.
Yeah. Do you consider him a DJ?
Yeah, Khaled is a real DJ. He really DJs.
Yeah.
He came from like the bottom of DJing, like pirate radio. Back, I think this was like in the late 90s where everything was on not satellite radio, but terrestrial radio, and you could kind of do what you're doing now, like create content and get it on a random dial number, like 95.7 or some shit. Like, oh my bad, I know if you're cussing.
Yeah, no, you're
nah, you can cuss. Yeah.
So he would just, and if you get caught, like you can't, like that was like against the law.
Yeah.
So he pretty much out his bedroom DJing all day, doing his own like radio show.
Well, back then it was a label.
No, this was like before, like way back. Like this is in the 90s. So he came from doing like they call it pirate radio, which is like you're stealing a signal.
Got you.
Oh,
that makes sense. Because I mean, there's been times where you're like searching, and then like some random shit will come up. Like you're like, damn, like I didn't even know this was a channel, but that probably was that. Though.
Yeah, that's how you like. That's how what you do, what y'all are doing now. Back in the day.
Okay.
And then he's just been doing that since, and then
well, that's how he got it started.
Yeah.
And He was with Terror Squad back in the day, like Fat Joe. He's been around forever. He didn't just come out of nowhere.
Yeah. So what exactly does he do now? Is he just like a producer now?
Pretty much.
He just kept the name DJ Khaled.
Yeah, he pretty much like just quarterbacks the album.
Gotcha. So he's like a engineer, all that at one.
He's an A&R.
Yeah.
Executive producer.
Gotcha.
That's dope. Who are some of the favorite artists you've worked with?
Favorite artists I've worked with, man. Duro, of course, because we went all around the country. Who've been the people I worked with? It's always the older people in the game that are the coolest. It's the younger ones that have only been around for a little while that kind of stuck up and stuff, like Snoop Dogg, Wiz, people like that. So cool. But I'm not gonna call any names, but like the newer artists, more stuck up.
They just feel like
I guess they feel like you should just kiss their ass or something. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, it's also because they blow up so quick now. Like I feel like these other, you can just blow up so fast now with a song. It's crazy. So I feel like they just shoot up like that, and there's no like
they don't know how to act.
Yeah, know how to act.
That's how
fame at a young age.
That's how I thought like Lil Pump was.
Yeah, but
I mean he was.
That was like
something else.
He's like a year artist.
That's dope though. You guys work with Snoop and Wiz.
Oh yeah.
They also seem like no matter where they were in their career, well maybe Snoop, young Snoop was a little bit different, but like I think Wiz, I feel like he's always just been a genuine person where he's just gonna vibe and fuck with whoever is there as well.
And like him just coming through like the MySpace days and stuff, I feel like that all like kind of translates into the person he is.
Yeah, all the coolest interactions I had with people from like back in the day that's been around and been famous for a while.
That help you a lot, MySpace? I forgot about MySpace.
MySpace? No, I don't.
Could you go live on MySpace?
I kind of caught the back end of MySpace.
Yeah, so did I. Back end. Like where you have a playlist.
Could you go live on MySpace?
I don't think so. I don't think live was a thing until recently.
Yeah, that was a newish feature.
Yeah. Facebook started it, right?
First, probably.
Or Reddit, probably, then Facebook.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Did you ever do anything like that or no?
Well, I did a lot of live during the pandemic because everybody was. Now, people are back out in the streets. It's kind of harder to keep that audience. Even like D-Nice, when he was doing it, he was getting like 1 million, and now you see him, it's like 4,000 people.
And that's still a lot.
Yeah. It's still a lot, but compared to
1 million
when everybody was in the house.
Yeah.
So you got to think of every DJ.
What'd you stream through?
I stream on everything. YouTube Live, Facebook, Periscope, Twitch. I feel like I'm forgetting some. Instagram Live. I was doing everything at once.
Do you have a YouTube channel that, like, before you went live, you posted videos on, or no?
Yeah, I got a lot of content on my YouTube.
Because I know for Twitch you have to be an affiliate, which was probably easier for you to like get subs and money. Like for like Periscope and Facebook and YouTube, was it like the same thing?
No, you just have to have a certain amount of subscribers before you can go live on YouTube. That's the only.
And if they wanted to donate to you, they could.
Yeah.
Oh, that's easy.
I was pretty much running everything. This is before the apps even had that feature.
So you were just like all off a computer, basically.
Yeah. Do you use like OBS or something?
Yeah, OBS.
Yeah. There's another software. I don't know what it's called that will stream out to everything. I don't know how that's allowed, but it'll stream out like because I'm a big gamer. So if I'm playing a game, I can stream on Twitch, I can stream on YouTube, and I can stream on Facebook and something else all at once.
Yeah.
Because I also watch a lot of poker, and one of the poker guys I watch, Daniel Negreanu, that's what he does. I'm like, how is this allowed? Like,
yes,
like they're competitors, So it's like, why would?
Well, they all want you to go live, so
yeah,
you just have to run it through something to get it to everywhere.
Okay, that's interesting. That's good to know. Like,
yeah.
Because I was watching, I was like, how is he doing all this? Because I figure like if you're on one, you can't like do the other.
The hardest one to integrate is Instagram Live, but the rest of them will pretty much, if you run it through the right program, it'll let you do everything at once. The hard part is keeping up with the comments of everything at once.
Yeah, I'm sure
like looking, especially if you're like doing your thing. Like, no doubt.
Well, I mean, even when you DJ and when you're at home, did you even look at the comments a lot? Because
I try to keep up because that's the only interaction you have.
Yeah,
that's true. That's what makes it like fun too.
Yeah.
How was that? Like DJing at home?
It's very
different.
Very
obviously
weird.
Different.
Because you have to present that same energy, even though you're in a room alone. So that was very weird at first, but it took some getting used to.
At that point, you're in a house or an apartment?
In the house.
In the house. Oh, okay. So you didn't have to worry about people buy you if you're like streaming or whatnot.
Oh nah, I had a little studio room. Like all my stuff is still out there on YouTube, Facebook, all those live streams. I still listen to some of them because I used to do a lot of themes. Like it might be a Texas Day or
you just play only
2000 Day or all R&B Day, and I go back and listen to some of those mixes because they still fun.
Yeah, I've had this argument with him before. Since you listen to a lot of music, what do you think is better, the 2000s or the 2010s?
10s or 2000? That's tough.
Because I personally think, I don't know, maybe it's just because it's nostalgia, but I like the 2000s way more than like the 2010s. But don't get me wrong, 2010s.
Okay, I'm gonna take the 2000s because the 2010s had that real nasty time of like the music got real European, like Black Eyed Peas and Usher were doing like those really European, like up tempo kind of EDM-ish songs. I hated that era. Like, Oh My God was a good song. I did like that song, but he had a few of them, like anything like Usher and Pitbull. I hated that era.
I didn't like Pitbull.
Flo Rida and Pitbull.
Bro, I was talking about this the other day. Like Pitbull, like for the Latin community, like Pitbull was like
Black Eyed Peas. Yeah, I guess that's kind of true.
Yeah, it's like
he was that guy.
Yeah, he was that guy for like the Latin community, and now that's like
they should do a song together. That'd be crazy.
They all go stupid, honestly. I mean, because he's still kind of big.
Yeah,
Pitbull.
I like Bad Bunny. I just don't understand.
I don't know what he's
like
saying.
What he's saying.
I still be listening to it.
Yeah, saying it's good.
I mean, because I don't listen to it, but I've asked like other people like, is his music like even good? Because I'm a lyricist person, so I like what people say. So I'm like, my favorite artist is J. Cole.
Okay.
So like that's what I listen to more. So that's like what I automatically hear first is what they're saying. So I ask people like, is he even like anything good, or is it just the beat that's good and he's like a Travis type thing? Because I don't think Travis is a great rapper, but he can make some like good music,
great music.
If that makes sense.
I think he's like the Latin Drake. He's just the biggest thing. It's undeniable.
True. Yeah, no, that's true.
He can do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah. So the 2000s.
I would go to 2000.
Because he thinks the 2010s, and I say 2000s.
What is it about the?
Well, when I guess he says 2010, I'm talking about more of like, it's just because I feel like the 2000s. There was.
Are we talking hip hop or just overall music?
Hip hop.
Yeah, because I feel like there's the overall sound in the 2000s that was kind of catchy, like the blingers. So everyone just like that's what they ran with. You go to 2010s, it's just so much variety. And there's just so many different artists that are good.
When you say 10s, I'm thinking like the blog era.
Yeah, you talking about like the mixtape, like Dat Piff days and stuff.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about just like when Lil Wayne was hot, because Wayne was hot like late 2000s, early 2010s, and then like some people do like since he like had a
still here now,
and then Drake.
I would put him in the 10s.
Yeah, 10s like Drake, Kendrick. And then like all these
Travis,
and like all the Atlanta rappers,
all the Atlanta,
like I don't know,
got Future, Crit. Who else is in that class? Wiz, Currency.
I like Currency a lot.
The whole TDE, pretty much.
Yeah,
TDE, Wale.
Yeah. People always look over him.
Yeah,
he's in that conversation.
Because like Wayne is kind of like, well, not kind of like because he's a little.
I think
Wayne's old, but like Cudi, because like Cudi's like a fine line of both too.
I'll put Cudi in the 10s.
In the 10s?
Yeah.
But like Wayne had like a run in like 2004 or 5.
Yeah.
So he got to go with the 2000s.
Yeah.
That was his run when he was just like killing everything.
That's when the Carter 3 released, No Ceilings.
Like, mixtapes was going back to back.
He really started that, bro. Like
he was just the start of like mixtapes,
hitting them out like all the time. Is that something you've wanted to ever incorporate, like underground music into your mixes? Because I feel like a lot of people do like listen to that, but then it's to the ear to someone they're like, I've never heard this song. Like
that's just not who I am now.
Who you are? Okay.
I'm more like on the commercial side.
That makes sense.
I'm in the bottle popping places. I'm on the radio, so it's pretty commercial.
Got you.
I do like open mics sometimes too when it's time for that.
What if there's like a popping song that's like on SoundCloud? Would you play it?
Oh yeah, it's not just strictly. Well, I guess I phrased that wrong. Like I do play whatever's hot, I'm gonna play. If it's hot, I'm gonna play. That's the end of the day. If you got a good song, it's gonna get played.
Because the SoundCloud era was recent, like with X and Uzi and all them. Like that was like Post Malone. That was like. Now I don't think that's really like a thing now, but for like a time, there was like 3 or 4 years, people were just having.
Did that go into 10s
on SoundCloud?
Too?
Yeah,
because that's like 17, 18.
Yeah. I don't know.
Rock Once Again. I don't know, because like I said, maybe it's nostalgia for me. Like them French Out Boys,
I gotta go 2000.
Bow Wow, Usher.
Because you got like 50 Cent, Jay-Z,
yeah,
Nelly,
yeah.
Eminem.
You do. You
Chris Brown.
You have like Ashanti. You have like all the R&B like collab, like all the collabs back then were crazy. Yeah.
Usher and Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I there'll be times where I'm just like, damn, I hear some 2000. I just don't like a 2000s playlist.
Oh yeah,
and just go crazy.
But that's like perfect for like the summer too, like at a pool, like pool party, like playing that kind of vibe.
People
like,
go back to like whatever happened to you like in that time in your life. What makes you go back to that music gives you good memories. Like for you, it might be the 10s. For you, it might be 2000s.
Because we were at
it might be the 90s.
We were at a house party and they started playing like My Boo with Usher and was it Sierra? Alicia Keys, and they went crazy.
It just depends on what you're doing. I feel
it's the nostalgia.
Yeah, that's what I think it is for me. Is
the music back then stuck longer because it didn't come out as fast.
Yep.
And you have more memories with those songs.
Like artists were literally release every other year, every 2 years. Now it's like if you don't release in 4, 5, 6 months, you're not hot.
Right.
And how do you feel about that? I mean, because I know it's like in the DJ industry, like
what I don't like about it now is like the music just comes and goes so fast. You could think of songs that were like super hot at the moment that you probably haven't listened to in years, like Jumpman, Future and Drake, or Tuesday McConan, like Panda by Designer. Just goes and it won't even get that same reaction that My Boo would get because people didn't like have time with the song to like create memories.
Or like Fetty Wap when he was just dropping all those hits, like
man, that was an era, but man, that's crazy. Fetty Wap, that's one you forget about. He was super hot.
He was super hot.
I mean, he's out of jail now, but since he was in jail, what's his name?
Bobby Shmurda?
Yeah, Bobby Shmurda. Yeah, because he was super hot too. But I mean, he went to jail, so it was a little bit different.
Yeah. But that's the thing I would take away from like the 10s. It's like so much music came out that you didn't really have time, like in the 2000s, to grow with some music.
I mean, even now, like I think about some of the albums that came out this year, and like the Gunna album, and like just other albums. We're only halfway through the summer or through the year, and it's like a lot of stuff I don't even really. I play it, but like you're not gonna hear it no more.
I went back and listened to Kanye West album today, and I was like, damn, I forgot about this album.
Donda 2?
Yeah. No, the first one.
Donda?
Donda 2 is on Tidal. You have to have a title.
Donda? The first Donda came out this year?
Yes.
Was that this? Or was it late?
And it was either late.
It goes so fast.
See, that's what it was late last year or this year.
Now thinking about it, like J. Cole's album came out this year.
And then you had the whole Dreamville project came out this year.
Yeah. But
I went to the concert with Drake and Kanye. That was this year.
How was that?
That was in December, so it had to come out last year.
Yeah.
It was an experience. It was like one of those things like it's happening.
Was it good?
Kind of, not really.
No.
It really wasn't. It looked way better on TV.
Yeah.
Way better on TV.
Because
the aesthetics were made for TV.
Because I was talking to somebody the other day, and I told him, I was like, I don't really like going. Well, I don't like going to concerts. There's only very few people I see in concert. And I don't like going to festivals either. One, because I don't think artists are there to perform. They're just there to make the money.
Because it's not their fans.
Yeah, it's not their fans, and it's not their concert.
Right.
So that's one thing I don't like about festivals.
I like festivals if I don't want to see the artist. If I just want to go out there and kick it.
Yeah, like Jambalaya
or just see a bunch
ACL,
of people.
ACL, yeah.
Like, it is nice to see it, like a bunch.
The only festival I would go to is Rolling Loud.
That's the one I would not go to.
Really?
That's probably the worst crowd.
It is a little toxic, and it's young too.
Yeah, it's like
young, but it's like everybody's there though.
Annoying crowd.
I would probably go to the one in LA though, not the one in Miami.
Yeah, the other one's a little tame. The New York one too.
The New York one's nice as well.
Yeah, I couldn't do the Miami one.
No, that's the rowdy one.
Yeah, that's the rowdy one. But yeah, concerts, J. Cole. I mean, I haven't seen him yet. I have to see him before he. I have to see him before he retires.
It's on a great show.
Yeah,
I have to see him before he retires.
One of the best.
I wanted to go last year, but nobody wanted to go with me, or they couldn't go because I wanted to go for my birthday. But it was in Dallas, and nobody really wanted to go or drive to Dallas where they've already seen him. But when he goes on tour again, if I'm going by myself or not, I'm going because he's somebody I have to see. I just told him. Go ahead.
I'm real close to that 2010 group too because I came up with a lot of those artists like through doing shows. Like I opened for like Kendrick and J. Cole when it's only like 1,000 people or even like 500 there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I get a lot of nostalgia from that era too.
And then just seeing them now, like,
yeah,
that's crazy. Who was actually speaking on that? Who was like who have you like been on tour with that's like really stuck out to you, like opening up for people?
Opening up, I've opened for so many people. It's crazy. Her is amazing. She's like one of the greatest artists ever.
She's super good.
Instruments, singing, everything. T-Pain put on a great show. Like I saw T-Pain a few weeks ago. He put on a great show. You forget how many songs he has.
Is this in Austin?
Yeah. It's so many. Wiz, of course. During that Cushion OJ run, Big Sean, even back to like what was the song? I Do It.
Mm-hmm.
Saw him come up.
That was on
his first
like
album.
Finally Famous. Yeah.
A single like pretty much that whole like if you're in Austin, you know about Scoremore. Like that whole run they came in with Tyga, all them people.
Do you have since you listen to so many people, do you even have a favorite artist?
It's like I have to keep up a lot, so I really don't even get much time to listen to what I want to listen to.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Does it take like, because I was telling him right before he got here, like, they want me to stream because I play video games so much, but at some point it's like if you stream and you do become big enough, it takes the fun out of video games. I've seen it firsthand from people that I know,
Exactly.
and it takes the fun out of video games for you. So it's like I can't enjoy what I enjoyed before because at that point you have to pay attention to this rather than this.
People tell you to like make your passion your like job or whatever, but they don't tell you once it becomes your job you can't do it for fun anymore.
Yeah.
Like I can't go to the club now because I'm gonna be thinking like I would drop this next, or like damn that DJ messed up, or man he should have played this. Like let's make it go crazy right now.
Yeah. How's that for music for you though? Like, it's like, do you still enjoy
I do
music?
listen with like club and radio ears now.
So you don't even enjoy music anymore?
I mean, I do. Like, I'm always gonna enjoy music, but what I do is like something super off the wall. Because I think every DJ can attest to this. Like, once you finish your last gig on the weekend, on that drive home, you're listening to something
completely
either a
different
podcast or like Sade or Fun or something completely off the wall. Because you got to think about us. Like, we hear these songs
over and over.
But it might be you only went out one day this week, so the one time you hear it is our 73rd time
of that one song, and that's multiple times across other songs
every night.
What's your schedule normally like DJing? Like how many gigs do you say you do probably a week?
Radio 5 days a week right now, and then I'm pretty booked up Thursday through Sunday, and on the weekends it's multiple gigs, so I could be doing like 3 things in one day or 4 between like day parties and after hours and in between time.
How did you? I'm still like you got to open up for J. Cole, so like I mean that's like it's like a big inspiration for me.
I
so
remember that show vividly because his foot was broke.
Really?
Like, what album was he on? It might have been the first album. It was emo, so he was still playing the small rooms, like thousands.
That's dope. So have you always been your own manager?
No, I pretty much only had 3 managers in my career, and one I really don't even count because we were just making it up as we go. That's my homie though.
Do they contact them? Like, how did you get in touch with like going on tour with them or opening up for them or whatnot? Because like
usually they reach out to whatever DJ is the popping one in the city.
Okay.
And they'll do that every city they go to.
Do not every artist have their own DJ? Because I know Juice had his own DJ, I think.
But they're not there. Somebody has to open the show because
if they're not traveling with them, then that makes sense.
Because when I went to Houston to go see Travis, not at Astroworld, but
Travis has done DJ, Jay's B.
Yeah, because that's what I thought. Then I watched Juice's documentary. He always had his DJ with him as well.
But they're only DJing for them. They're not doing the rest of the show.
Gotcha. So okay, so before then, I think when we went, no, because Khaled opened up, or Khalid opened up, and then I don't know if somebody else came in on after that, but then Chase B was before Travis and after Travis.
But Chase B is different. He like really DJs. So some of those other DJs really don't even DJ. They're there to play the show set.
Yeah.
Chase B was just here too.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
I saw him.
They saw him.
Yeah.
Who is one of your? Well, I guess do you have like a top 3 favorite DJs of all time?
That's tough. It's so many. Obviously, I give it up to DJ Mr. Rogers, and he's from Texas, and he does like so many great things.
Yeah.
Even outside the DJ booth. Skizzy Taylor in Denver. I'm trying to think like the I'm not trying to say like the Screw and Jazzy Jeffs of the world.
Yeah.
We know they're dope.
So that that was my next thing is like, do you separate like scratching from like what you do?
It's so many different kind of DJs. Like you got your mixtape DJs that came up in the tens, like
Yeah.
Drama. Then you got like your party DJs. You got your radio DJs. So then you got like your battle DJs. So it's
Yeah.
And the battle years where they scratched, right?
yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't know why I love scratch. So I Jazzy Jeff, like you mentioned, I listened to him a lot growing up, because my dad would play him as well. And then what movie was it? There's a movie Juice.
Yeah,
They had
Juice.
battles, and there was another movie. The Crush Groove. They had battle DJs.
They had a lot of breakdancing.
They have a
I'm pretty sure it was
breakdancing.
DJing in there too.
Yeah, but Juice was another one where they had battles, and yeah, because I remember him looking at Tupac in the club when he was DJing. Yeah.
Yep.
But that's what I like a lot is like scratching.
Yeah, and that's DJs that do that, but some of them can't do the club, and I can't do what they do.
You can't scratch?
I mean, I could do it, but it's gonna be like if they're like LeBron, I'm gonna be like the dude that's 12th off the bench. It's not what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, why is it? What makes it hard to scratch? Make it like
it's not the scratching. It's just like the whole battle routine thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole different.
Yeah. That's a different type of any.
It's like being a battle rapper and
Yeah.
being like Drake.
Yeah.
It's like two different skill sets.
You can be a good battle rapper, but
you can't make a song.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't know if he knew it, but I just found out that Black was a battle rapper before
I heard that before.
Before he's doing what he's doing now. Now he's like a R&B singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of, you can kind of tell like who was a battle rapper before they started rapping. Like Meek is like the most like vivid example of like someone that was a battle rapper that like is a rapper now because of the way he like punctuates everything and like how loud he is. That's why because like he's loud because he did that.
Yeah.
Meek makes great music though.
Yeah, he's good.
Outside of rap and everything, do you have like a genre that you listen to, or like
mostly if I'm not listening to rap, it's gonna be R&B. I like to catch the vibes, like SZA, Summer Walker, the internet. That's usually what like
It's nice.
if I'm jumping in the shower real quick, it's probably throwing something like that on real quick.
I don't listen to much R&B. The only ones I listen to are like whoever's on a feature. But I mean, he listens to R&B a lot too, and because he has this loudspeaker, and then I just always hear it, and so I'm like, good song. I mean, I never ask.
Right.
It just from the R&B that I like, it's just completely different now because I like the. I'm a big.
He likes that Key Sweat.
Yeah, I'm a big
like,
90s person. Like I like 90s rap a lot too, and I like.
It's a lot of that still out here, but it's harder to find.
Yeah.
And
it's
R&B
not gonna come right to your front page on your Apple Music.
No.
That's another thing about radio because people say they like I don't like listen to radio because they play the same thing over and over again and all. It's like they just dictate what you play, but you're still getting the same stuff dictated to you. It's just in an app now.
Yeah, because
like the playlists are the radio now.
Yeah, and then on I know like because I have Apple Music, so on Apple Music it says like suggested for you, and there it is.
There it is.
I mean I never click on it, but
just like people pay money to get a song on the radio, like promotional money, they promote it. They pay to get it on that right playlist.
Yeah, I meant to ask earlier. Do people still like ask DJs to like play their record or tape? Like,
oh, all the time.
Really?
Yeah, every night.
Does anybody ever do it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's certain ways you can get that done. It just depends on where you're at.
Yeah. Do you like allow people to do that or not?
Yeah. It's not gonna be free in the club.
Oh yeah, absolutely not.
You take that chance though? Like, what if they're just not good at all?
It's going to be a dollar amount that's going to make it okay at some point.
That's understandable.
True. And I feel like I can DJ my way out of any situation. So
trash ass
I can be like, hey, everybody, that was their song. If you didn't like it, go look at them.
That's fair. That's fair. And then too, like, I know like at the smaller venues, I know you probably don't really do the smaller venues, but I see at smaller venues all the time, there's always the crowd that like gets around the DJ table. Like, oh, we'll play this or play.
That's
like,
the worst.
How do you deal with that?
I don't like people around me.
Yeah.
Like when I'm DJing. First of all, it gives me anxiety because y'all got drinks and stuff around this equipment. Second of all, we're gonna play that song. Like we know what y'all want to hear. Just give it time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't hear the hottest song out at 10:15. Nobody's here yet.
How was it at like college parties then?
The worst.
Yeah.
That's probably why I have the anxiety now. Because you know how that gets.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm also sure there's people screaming at you. You probably said, "Okay, I got you," and they still scream the same thing at you.
I say whatever is going to get them to go away.
Which is usually they're like
either you give me money or okay, I got you.
You probably don't got them.
Just go away. Yeah.
I mean, by that time they're typically drunk, so they're not even gonna remember.
I'm never gonna be one of the DJs that don't take requests because I want to know. Because sometimes it might be a bunch of Jamaicans in the club and they're gonna go crazy for the reggae set, and I didn't recognize that.
Sean Kingston or something.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to take requests.
Do y'all still take requests on the radio? Like people call in, like, "Hey, can you play this song?"
They do, but that's like a lot of jail people because that's all they got in there. But we're pretty much straight digital now. Like, hit us online. People tweet at us and people Instagram.
I remember that was like a big thing back in the day too.
They only call in now if they want to win something.
Yeah. I didn't even know they still did that.
Yeah,
they're like be the fifth caller or something.
Yeah, be the fifth caller.
Like, free is not going anywhere. As long as it's free, it's gonna be around.
That's true. That is true. Because I mean, not everybody wants to pay for Apple Music or
people might not even
streaming.
Might not even like music like that.
Yeah,
streaming.
Like you said, they just want to hear something.
They might want to put their $10 and watch movies every night on Netflix.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, but you can't watch Netflix in the car, so you can.
Unless you got a Tessie.
Yeah.
Not everybody got that bag. Well, I was gonna ask a question. Does like if you ran into like J. Cole, Kendrick, do they still remember? Like, would they dap you up or anything, or are they like they've seen so many DJs and seen so many people? It's like
I feel like if they were been in Austin, they would identify me with Austin, but I don't know. I see them like once a year.
Is South by Southwest still like one of your most looked to times of the year for you, or are you kind of like past that stage?
It is because so much money comes to the city. It's hard to like. It's payday for everybody. Hotels, Uber drivers, restaurant workers.
South by and F1 bring the most money to the city.
Of course. And then you got ACL. So those weekends are always people looking forward to those. Corporate money in town.
Yeah. I mean, because South. Do you count your South by 2 weeks or 1 week? Because like the first week's like you count it as 2 weeks.
The first week is harder than the second week. Because they party way harder the first week.
Really? Isn't that the movies or is the movies the second week? Movies the second
movies week? It goes the whole time. But the first part is tech week. And they have the best parties because they got the most money.
Yeah, because
that makes sense.
And you know, like music, we party all year. This is like spring break for them. Like, I'm going down to Austin and we're going to get Jazzy Jeff to DJ our party. And we're going to have free whatever liquor and chicken wings all night.
Or they'll just do like a, it'll have to be 21 and up. But somebody played, Lavario was in it. I forgot. Somebody big was playing, but it was only like $5 to get in.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're really doing it to like poach other employees from different companies. So like, who throws the best party?
Yeah, because this past week there's like every Friday, Saturday, Sunday was different. It was like 5 different rappers, but you can get like a 3-day pass for like $25, or like come in that day for $10.
Yeah, Rolling Stone took over South by, so a lot of things changed this year, and are going to continue to change.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, what did
they bought?
Are they just in charge of everything?
Yeah, they bought South by, so
wow,
they control everything.
Who ran it before that?
It was pretty much just straight South by.
Like just ran like by the city and like the vendors and stuff like that.
That's crazy. I did not know that. Damn.
I guess like one last thing for me, does your life ever get too like chaotic? Like, do you get tired of like being out all the time?
It's very hard. Like, I have a daughter that's 3. She gets up early in the morning, so you just have to find your balance and not become burnt out.
That's got to be tough thing, because I mean you're out until probably like at least 2:30, maybe 3,
5, because we're doing after hours too.
Yeah, you do after hours as well.
Yeah.
What are the after hour clubs? I only know like a few. Most of them are like Latin clubs though.
You got swing for hip hop. You got the cut for EDM. You got the strip clubs, Bear and Foxy's. Red Rose stay open till 4. Tellers.
Yeah.
I'm assuming those are like BYOB.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you have like anywhere that you want to DJ in particular?
I didn't get to the Moody Center. I got a DJ at the Booty Center.
Actually, I might cut that question out because we have another video that we're gonna do here in a little bit. Yeah, it's gonna be around the same thing. A little short one. But I mean, that's pretty much it for me. Do you have anything for us?
Yeah, I like what y'all doing. I appreciate y'all having me.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
appreciate you
pulling up on it.
It's been a grind for sure, and I'm sure you know how the grind is.
Podcasting is not easy.
No, it's not. It's not. Especially organic podcasting.
Yes.
It's a grind.
It's an art.
It's a grind. You got anything else?
No, thank you for pulling up on us, and I hope I see you out when I go out soon.
Yeah,
Chop
it
up. Yeah.
Albert, you got anything?
You gotta show me the video.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, I got you. But that'll do it for your boys over here at Opinionated. Everything will be down low in the description below. Y'all know how it is. Like, comment, subscribe. What's all your socials?
DJ Hella Yella everywhere.
DJ Hella Yella everywhere. That's why I haven't even talked too fast. Can't just say anything. But that'll be down low in the description. Give him a follow. Give him a shout. Go check him out on YouTube everywhere he's at. And that'll do it over here at Opinionated. We'll catch y'all guys next time. Peace.